we have over millions and millions of dollars worth of payroll to accomplish. And so it's important that our legislatures understand what it is that they are making laws about, what they are passing, and how important it is to their local communities as well.
I didn't even know about the importance of lobbying, but the IFA educated me, and now I feel like I really understand the need for that, and it being, one of the top priorities for our organization.
We couldn't accomplish the same thing on our own, but are putting our efforts together and our resources and dollars with others behind the IFA allows us to have a much greater impact and make sure that congressmen hear what we have to say before they put legislation into effect that could be harmful to our businesses.
I remember my first time on Capitol Hill. I was nervous about going in and sitting down with a member of Congress until about 5 minutes into the conversation when I realized this person is no different than I am. Now, the findings of a recently released study, Small Business Lending Matrix and Analysis, prepared for the IFA Educational Foundation, support the notion that economic recovery and job creation will start with small business lending. In fact, the study determined that for every $1 million in new small business lending, the franchise business sector would create 34.1 jobs and generate $3.6 million in economic output.
The Recovery Act included a provision providing a tax credit to employers to hire qualified military veterans. Taking this concept and expanding it to the entrepreneurial level, Congressman Leonard Boswell and Aaron Schock proposed a bill in June that creates an incentive to not only give our veterans jobs, but to give them the keys to the front door. H.R. 2672, the Help Veterans Own Franchise Act, establishes a tax credit for franchise businesses that choose to offer qualified veterans a discounted initial franchise fee.
Given some of the pending legislation, both at the federal level and at the state level, if franchisors, franchisees, and those of us who benefit from franchising industry don't advocate for laws and regulations that allow franchising to flourish, then we're all going to be hurt in the long run.
It's important for us to have a message that we're relevant, that we mean something to the economy, that the opportunity to accelerate growth with jobs and with other major aspects of business in general, that we're right at the center of that.
I am quite aware of several pieces of legislation that would have been adverse to franchisors and franchisees that we were able to slow down or even stop as a result of those efforts.
So we do have a seat at the table. We are being listened to, and it is a worthwhile venture to get in front of our elected representatives and tell them what we think.
As we love to tell the members of Congress or Treasury, whoever we're talking to, when they worry about risk and lending to small businessmen, we remind them that 9 out of 10 franchise operations are successful, so there's minimal risk. So those are the kind of things that the IFA can do for the franchising industry to make sure that as advocates, that everyone they come in contact understands the successful nature of franchising and how the small business person achieves the American dream.